It's interesting, there was a buddy of mine that was a member of the Cowboy Action Shooting Organization. Big Montana is his handle, and he's an old guy that has a couple of bad knees and maybe a war veteran. I mean, he's got some physical issues, and he was attacked once, and the bad guy had him down on the ground, beating him with rocks or something. I can't remember the exact story. And he told the guy, he says, "I'm armed. Leave me alone." And the guy said, "I'll kill you." So Big Montana pulled out his gun and shot the guy to stop the attack and to just wound him, not kill him. So he shot him in the leg and somewhere else, intentionally not center of mass. And that poor guy has lost his house, his fortune, his retirement, everything, just in a bad lawyer representing him in that case. And he didn't deserve that, defending his own life. Not at all. He had to go through the phone book, and somebody recommended their divorce attorney to him, and that's who he ended up with. And I understand the divorce attorney took all of his money and pitifully represented him, and it was not a pretty sight economically, and psychologically it was very damaging. Well, I'm sure, not being a lawyer and not giving legal advice, I'm sure the attorney would have prevented his incarceration overnight on the grounds of self-defense, and he's represented by a competent attorney, and a magistrate will just immediately turn a person out because they're properly represented. Well, one of my attorneys, Steve Mannion from Sheepdog Academy, says that everyone should have what he calls a grand jury kit. If they're carrying concealed, they should carry this grand jury kit, as he calls it, in their breast pocket or attached to their gun, so that if they're ever stopped for any reason, with or without a shooting incident, that they would be able to pull out the proper papers and show the policeman or arresting policeman, who may not know very much about the law, that the concealed carry holder or the self-defense person is well aware of their rights by pulling out their driver's license for identification, their gun license, if the state has one, to show that they're valid there, concealed carry permit from Utah or Florida or the home state, and the copy of the state's laws, the local municipal laws or the county laws that might pertain to self-defense and concealed carry, so that it helps prevent an initial arrest in many cases, because the policeman is less educated than the citizen. That would be fabulous, whether it's an erroneous arrest or a self-defense incident. The defense attorney, if they're on call 24 hours a day, would be a lifesaver. If a person is arrested, the first thing you want to be able to do is have access to bail. And if your checkbooks are at home and your credit cards are at home and your wife is off shopping and you have no access to funds, you're going to be detained. So having attorneys and access to bail money would be a lifesaver in that case. If you had a website available where you had all the information on how to respond, you could be educated before you ever needed it. There are certain physiological protocols that occur in our bodies that we are not expecting if we're not trained on how to react under adverse situations. And a self-defense situation is one of the most extreme situations you can be involved in. So having online access to study before it happens is like being well trained in the use of the hardware itself. Second call is a program that protects you from the time you pull the trigger. What I found interesting, I have some other insurance programs, and after you read the fine print, I find that I will be reimbursed if I win in court and if I'm acquitted. The second call program protects a person from the time they participate in the self-defense event immediately with an attorneys or bail bondsman and proper representation before the magistrate on a 24/7 basis. No other program offers that. Having been to the Supreme Court and surrounded by lawyers every step of the way, it makes you feel like you're a very important person and everyone is supporting you because you're the general, you're the focus of attention, you're not going to have a problem when the smoke clears from the legal battle. When you have second call, at your fingertips you have a brain trust that will guide you and walk you through every step of the process. Every step of the legal challenge you will be taken care of.